I'm just trying to kind of organize things because being that it is the first year with this, we're not really sure yet how much stuff we can bring. So it'll be like a little jigsaw puzzle.
Got the hooktop back in place, so we'll be able to put this up here and connect it up to here to get it out of the way to get to the freezer, and then when we want to use it, we can just basically, or even just to store it, we can put it back down in this position. So yeah, it looks like these corner joints should hold okay for at least this trip, maybe the rest of the summer. Probably put this into a winter project too. Try and rebuild this box to hold this cooktop later. Anyway, one more thing done for the boat prep. We're doing quite a bit of organizing for our big trip. Could we do this quicker? We've been spending quite a few days, weeks kind of organizing for this. Yeah, we could definitely do it quicker, but it seems when you have the time, you're going to take the time. So we're getting as much stuff sorted out as possible, and hopefully we'll have a good trip. We're rolling. This is it. We're officially leaving the dock and we are now on our trip. Pretty easy maneuvering on a nice calm day like today. But if we get significant winds, it can be a whole other story. Twin engines really do help. We don't have thrusters, but twin engines you can maneuver the boat quite well with. Hunter is in the lookout position on the very bow of the boat. He's able to look beyond my blind spots and confirm whether or not there's any boat traffic, and only when clear he can give me the go-ahead so we don't have to stop abruptly. Leaving on our long summer boating voyage is not unlike leaving for a long road trip or getting on a plane for a faraway vacation. You experience the same elation and excitement of adventure and the unknown. There is something different about it though. It's hard to describe. Although a boat is a relatively small space, there's something very enjoyable about settling into this environment in the hours, days, and weeks to come. I think most longtime boaters experience this feeling. Alright, we've been cruising for about 45 minutes now. We're just coming up alongside Salt Spring near Beaver Point. It's looking like the Strait of Georgia is pretty good today. Only about 5 to 6 knot winds, which should be a pretty good sea state. We're looking to maybe get to Smugglers Cove, which is just on the other side of Mary Island, Welcome Pass area, just at the southern end of Malaspina Strait. So, looking at our plotter right now, it looks like we are at about 53.5 miles to the destination, which at our current speed looks like about 6 hours, 56 minutes. So,
plus or minus a little bit. We're still catching a little bit of the flood tide here, or actually we're almost at max flood, so so that works pretty good. It's good. It's nice when you can catch a couple knots that way. Find out what it's like in the Strait soon.
We're about halfway up Trincomalee Channel. This is Galliano just here in the background. So we're just heading up here. We probably got about 4 or 5 more miles and we'll be at Porlier Pass. So that's the tidal pass that's between Galliano and Valdez Island to enter the Strait of Georgia. So we're now contemplating whether or not we want to enter the pass. We'll be a little early. There'll probably be some current, but it kind of looks like the strait's pretty smooth right now and might be worth crossing. So we'll see here shortly what we're going to do. If not, we'll continue up and we'll probably go up through Gabriola Pass, or we could even stay up around Pirates Cove or somewhere's up that way tonight. But let's just see what we find out here, and we'll find out if we go over the strait. Around the corner here from Porlier Pass. So I think we're going to go through. The weather's just too nice not to, and so we might get a bit of a push from the tide. We'll see how that goes. It certainly is a pretty nice day so far. Well, we're just at the entrance now to Porlier Pass. Actually, the wind's kind of picked up a little bit.
Whenever you leave the Canadian Gulf Islands, you often have to plan a route through a tidal pass at slack tide. Porlier Pass is a short tidal pass but does get turbulent during tidal changes, with ebbs up to 7 knots and floods up to 10 knots. Many overfalls and upwellings are caused as the water is deflected toward the surface from numerous reefs throughout the passage. Many rocks and shoals lay at or just below the surface. We navigate through the deepest contour of the pass, avoiding rocks and reefs.
Through the pass now. We're on the Strait of Georgia, and yep, nice and smooth, just like glass. It's kind of starting to look a little bit hazy though, but it's probably the winds have been sort of light to the southeast, which probably some of the smoke from the fires in the interior is pushed in here, but going to light tonight, and then tomorrow it's supposed to kick over to northwest, so hopefully that'll kick out some of the smoke, but we'll see.
least it's a nice smooth sea state, and that's always good. We like that. That's kind of neat here. I don't know if you can actually see the color or not, but the water here is like a real, almost kind of a milky sort of color to it. So what I anticipate this is Vancouver is over here. You can hardly see it. It's you just barely make out some buildings and stuff over there. But the Fraser River, and on a flood tide, it sort of comes up this way. So a certain amount of the surface of the water here right now is probably like a fresh water. And this is kind of the sort of silty, kind of muddy outflow. It's not too muddy right now because it's mostly, you know, fairly clear water because it's not really, there hasn't been a lot of rain or anything. You can sort of see how light colored it is right now. Kind of different looking. Not something we usually see too much. Or at least we don't, because we don't come up this way very often. So we just came up down there, that's where the Porlier Pass is. And yeah, so Southern Gulf Islands is all here. This is Valdez Island over here. And this is the Southern Strait of Georgia out here, or they may refer to it as the Salish Sea. Yeah, this is a nice data for crossing.
Yeah.
Better than bashing through waves all afternoon.
If you would have came on board a lot earlier, I didn't get that meeting, we probably would have been way over that one.
Yeah, we'd probably be almost across the strait by now. Or we'd be significantly closer to the other side. Well, what can I say?
Well, it was like 2 hours.
Yeah, I didn't really have a choice though. There was some stuff that needed to be finished. Make sure you stay on the right target there.
Yeah.
Remember, we're going to pass by on this side of Thrasher, right?
Yeah.
On the right side. Still, and yeah, we're getting pretty close to the mainland, referred to as the Sunshine Coast. Right here is the Mary Island Lighthouse, coming up probably in about 4 or 5 miles, and then we'll be going through Welcome Pass, and we're going to go and try and anchor at Smugglers Cove. So, yeah, we're making about like about 9.5 knots. We're still actually catching a little bit of tide by the looks of it. It's definitely not running the engines that fast. So yeah, good cruise today. Go down here and see the bulk of the Strait of Georgia. We from the land way over there. So a little bit of a run. What do you think, Makena? Unfortunately, there's been a little bit of delay in meal delivery. Sometimes a long cruise day can be a little tough, but we'll be having dinner pretty soon. I think before we get to anchor, I better get some food cooked for the kids. Kelly hasn't been feeling too good today, so she's been sort of laying low, but she's driving right now, so I will get the barbecue fired up and we'll make something for this crew before we have a full-on mutiny.
getting late in the day and we're almost at the Anchorage. The kids are getting prepped up for doing the anchoring and running the stern line.
Well, got another 1.5 miles and we should be at Smugglers Cove. Just gotta go through the opening of Welcome Pass and should just be right around the corner. So hopefully there's room, otherwise we're going to be probably cruising right to sunset. There's a couple other places we can try if that's full, but we'll see what we got. Alright, so we did end up stopping in Smugglers Cove, and yeah, really nice sunset, nice and calm. Looks to be a good evening. There's Makena and Hunter, and Kelly's downstairs right now. But yeah, we had a pretty good run in here. I got a funny thing with the windlass though. For some reason the chain kept jamming, and I was kind of worried that actually the windlass was maybe puked a couple brushes or found some way to stop working and caused us some big issues. But it looks like it was just actually a little issue of it just kind of constantly jamming. But in any case, we're looks like we're happy for a nice restful night in Smugglers Cove at the south end of Malaspina Inlet.
Join us in our next video as we finish traveling up the coast and arrive in Desolation Sound. Thank you for watching.